Yo, what's going on, Gym fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Forex trading video. You already know my main goal is to lace you guys up with advice and tips on how to take your Forex trading journey to the next level and bring you guys along my Forex trading journey. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a very complex topic, support and resistance. So in covering this topic, we're going to be discussing the definition of support and resistance, what they look like in the market, how we would trade support and resistance, and how they can be subjective, but how we can kind of combat that and eliminate that bias and that emotion from our trading, okay? So without further ado, like I always say, if you enjoy the content in this video, if you find this information at all helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this video, you know what I'm saying, with your fellow trader. You never know who you might touch and help, all right? Let's get to the video. Alright guys, so you already know what time we're on. We are on Trading View, right? Obviously I'm going to use this to illustrate today's topic to you, like I always do. And let's just hop right into it, right? So if we look at the left hand of this picture, we have support. And support is just an area where price struggles to go below, right? Very simple definition. On the right side, we have resistance, an area where price struggles to go above. So the opposite of support. Right? All in all, these two different areas are in general areas where us as traders may believe price may react or have a reaction to once it gets to the zone, right? And there's only two reactions that are possible when the market is trading in these areas, right? In situation one, so in situation one, we have 1, 2, 3 touches, and they cannot close below the support area, right? And then finally, we have this built up momentum crash through the support zone, close below it, come back and retest, which would be our ideal entry at the retest of the support level. And then this is where we take price and continue to trade it downwards, right? So this is the ideal setup for a break and retest of either a support or resistance. And as we said in the past, resistance is just an area where price struggles to go above. So if you take this box, this red box, which is support in this situation, and just move it up here, you know what I'm saying? Given you have those touches and price cannot go past that level, and then you have a break and a retest, same situation, just flip it upside down. That is what you want to be trading. That's how you want to be trading. Low risk, high probability trades, always, right? All right, guys, so we have situation 2, which in the opposite of situation 1, price cannot break the resistance level. As you can see on the screen right now, right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and then finally price just plummets, price just falls because it is not strong enough to close and break above this level. So either we have a breakout and a retest, or a clear rejection. This is how we're going to trade support and resistance areas, right? Now, I want to let you guys know that drawing these areas of support or resistance can be subjective, and you want to block out as much emotion as possible when trading. So how can we, eliminate that subjectivity, right? We see points where price turns around everywhere in the market, right? There's a whole bunch of random points. But those are not, like valid support and resistance areas. We want to get the major areas, highlight them, and be aware of them. There are minor areas, and there are key major areas. And the way that we can eliminate this subjectivity is simply by heading over to the higher time frames that tell us a better story than the lower time frames, right? So if we zoom out and do a top-down analysis of GBP USD at this current moment, I deleted everything I had prior. And yes, you can say, like, I already know this pair. Like, I already know where all my other levels were. But I will explain everything in depth. Now, the picture that you are seeing as of right now, I can identify at least 2 places where I can put a resistance and support zone. and tips I want to give on this before I get started is just to highlight those areas, whether it be resistance or support, that are relevant to where price is right now, right? So don't pick a low, a very low low that was 3 years in the past that we are not even close to, you know what I'm saying, in terms of price. Or highlight those zones that are close to your price, to your area, to your target. You know what I'm saying? So you understand where price is going. You can be aware once it reaches that or close to that zone, right? There's no reason you should put a support all the way down here when price is all the way up here, especially it's on the monthly time frame. So if price were to crash, it would take a little bit. It would take a while, right? Anyways, that's just my tidbit. So right now, what do we see? Boom. At this point in time, we can put a line through here, right? Because price came and touched this 1 time, 2 times, then we had a breakout. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. And yes, this is months in the past, so this is 2016. So we're not really worried about this picture in the past right here, right? We're not really worried about this, right? This is what we need to worry about, right? This other unhighlighted portion. And we can see that price hit this once, twice before and sold off, dramatically. It sold off dramatically. So we might see the same thing happen at this current time, or we can see a small rejection and then a continuation. We never know, right? So we just know that that is a strong area of resistance at the moment, so we can go ahead and do something like this, right? Highlight that out and, label that resistance so you understand. Okay, let's zoom in on the weekly and the daily. We have the same picture. We can kind of edit this real quick. I like to draw the zones in terms of the wick height, right? So I go from the body of the candlestick to the wick height, and that is going to be my zone, right? So somewhere in this, you know what I'm saying, before this, GU was a bullish market. You see this impulsive move up, right? So we want some type of confirmation for a bearish market, and we got that this week, right? Not on a weekly time frame, but we see how we have the first, red candlestick in a while. So not on a weekly time frame, but on the daily and the 4-hour time frame, we have a clear rejection of this zone. Okay, see this wick right here. So what is another area that I can, highlight right now and be conscious of when I'm trading next week, right? When I'm in the sell and I want to take profits, right? Well, the first one I can think of on the weekly time frame right here is going to be this area. You know what I'm saying? And this area is going to be highlighted for 2 reasons. Body of the candle, wick, body to wick, all right? And this is for 2 reasons. Number one, price was above this area, and it acted as support. Price then broke through this area, a strong breakthrough, and then this support turned into resistance before the last breakthrough. Now, if you remember what we said before, let me make this the support. If you remember what we said before earlier in the video, when we're talking about how we want to trade these support and resistance areas, we understand that we just had a break of resistance, right? Let me move into the daily time frame so you can see this a little bit better, right? Right? We have support at one point, then a break, and then we have resistance. Price was struggling to come above this level, eventually broke through. What do we expect? We expect a retest of the zone. Now, if I already knew that price was headed up to a resistance area, I wanted it to sell, you know what I'm saying? I saw price action at the moment. Everything, was in confluence for a bearish market, as it is right now. We have that reversal candlestick formation right there, and price is now falling. Let's see if it's going to fall more. That's what it is, right? I, as a trader, I'm going to take this trade from resistance to the next support, and that's it. Literally, from resistance to the next support. Okay, now if we zoom in more, we're gonna see, I'm just trying to get that right to, it doesn't really matter, but essentially 20 pip stop, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't really matter which support you take it to, just understand what level you're on, you know what I'm saying? So, and this is what I mean by this. If I go down to the 4 hour and the 1 hour, we go on to the 4 hour, we see how price was unable to go below this area or above this area for a while, okay? Above this area for a while. So we have an area of support. We have an area of resistance. Now, please do not get this confused. Do not get this confused, because remember when I said, right? So major key areas of support and resistance can be found on the monthly, weekly, and daily time frames. Maybe sometimes the 4 hour, which is why you want to be wary about it. But on the 1 hour, we don't want to worry about support and resistance too much. Those are going to be minor areas, in my opinion, right? So obviously, we had this last support where price is right now. This is support. Before, it was also support. Okay, before it was resistance at the top, but now it's support again. As you can see, price came, plummeted. You know what I'm saying? And went ahead, touched the zone before spiking back up. Now, I want to let you guys understand this, right? Price came back and touched the exact point that it touched last time, right? As if there was some type of a floor there. Now, this is, when I'm training people, this topic is very complex because of the terminology. People forget where support goes. People forget where resistance goes. But let me teach you a trick, right? Support is nothing but a floor, right? Where the price breaks below or rejects, support is a floor until broken through, right? So at this point in time, support was there. It's a floor. Price cannot close below. And let me get this straight, right? Just because there's a wick right here does not mean that price broke below that, right? A wick does not mean anything. It just means that price was there at a certain point in time, and because it retraced and showed the long wick, meant that it just wasn't strong enough to maintain that price point, right? So it retraced, it regrouped. So a floor, right? You can't go below the floor, so price has no choice but to go up. And then vice versa, a resistance level, think of that as a ceiling. When price hits that ceiling, right? Either it's gonna break through the ceiling or it's gonna hit its head and crash right back down. That's exactly what we have here, right? Now this just looks like a higher high, but in reality, if we zoom out to the monthly and weekly, we understood that that was a point of resistance, right? So we're looking to trade this. This is now a bearish market. We're looking to trade this in sells only, right? Awesome. Now you can understand how resistance and support areas can be crucial for entering a trade, exiting a trade, setting your stop loss, or take profit, right? We need to understand where these zones are in the market, okay? So guys, that's all I have for you today. If you like the content, you already know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment down below. And also, I have two things to tell you guys. If you want to kind of have a one-on-one session on any one of the topics that I have on YouTube, or even things that I haven't gotten to yet, if you guys want to have one-on-one sessions, let me know. Go on my Instagram, DM me, let me know. I am more than willing, more than happy to help and give you a one-on-one real quick. And the second thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to be starting a new series on this channel, right? Obviously, I want to help you guys and give you guys gems and take your Forex trading journey to the next level, like I always say. but I have yet to dive into the realm of taking you guys along my trading journey and along my kind of elevation in this process, right? So I think that I've come to a certain point in time where the information on Forex, complex information, isn't readily available on the internet. It's not there for free. So what I want to do is find kind of a training course, a Forex training course that will give me a little bit more value in terms of the more nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to that next level. And I'm going to be taking you guys along the journey from the minute I purchased the course to a week after. Like, what are the profits like? What's the difference in information? Did I gain anything? Did I just lose? This is what I want to bring to you in another series, and hopefully we can continue to grow and learn together. So guys, like I said, like the video, comment, subscribe. Really helps a lot when you guys show that support. And I'll see you in the next video. Let's get it.